This is Michael from Hustle Sheets, and I want to walk you guys through a dashboard that I just built. So I've had a lot of people reach out to me asking me to build a dashboard for them for my old videos, but unfortunately I have a lot of clients and a full-time job, so I can't take on as many clients as I want. So I wanted to build this dashboard that I feel like will fit most businesses who just simply want to track their sales and then have a dashboard to view the progress by month and things like that. So let me show you, this is an overview of how the dashboard looks. So it shows the sales by month, referral channel, by status, by salesperson, by job type, and then you can choose the month, right? So I'm going to show you guys how to enter in the data. There's a tab called Sales Data tab. And if you go to it, you're going to see these columns: start date, client name, address, city, state, zip, phone number, email, salesperson, sales amount, commission amount, job type, status, referral channel, notes, and then these two are formulas. So it's important to know that if you decide that you want this spreadsheet, that you can only track these columns, right? And you can't add any additional columns in between here. You can add columns at the very end. You can type in whatever you want over here, but it's not going to show on the dashboard. So unless you know how to do it yourself, make sure that if you decide to purchase this spreadsheet, that you are okay with what is being tracked here. Now you are able to change the names of the columns over on this tab only. So you can change, if you don't call your commission amount, you can change it to something else and it's not going to break anything. But you cannot change the column headers over here, just to let you know, but I'll go in deeper on that later. So this is what you can track, and then I'm going to show you guys how to enter in the data. Okay, so for start date, you just double click into here, and then there's going to be a calendar that pops up, and you can choose the date that the sale was made. So I'm going to choose, let's say, May 1st 2020, and then you just type in the client name, whatever, the address, and then for state, there's a drop down menu. I'm going to show you guys how to add and delete things from a drop down menu. Zip, phone number, email, whatever. Salesperson is a drop down menu, and then you type in the sales amount. So I'm going to type in like $30 million. Commission amount, I don't know, 5,000, whatever. Some people you don't need to fill this in if you don't track commissions. And then the job type. Now people have different job types for their sales. So for me, for example, I might have a sales dashboard being built, a sales tracker, commissions tracker, personal finance. Everyone's different. And then the status, for me, I like to track, if something's been open, paid, or pending. So it's pending. And then the most important thing, I think, is to track the referral, right? Like where it's coming from, so you know what channel your sales are coming from. So let's say Facebook ads. And then a note section. A lot of people just type in notes and just type in like, paid by check, right? And then they might put in their name or something. Now, I really don't like the way that this is done. So the way that I suggest that you do notes is you have a notes column, yes, but then instead of typing it in, you utilize the comment function. So you right click on the cell, you hit comment, and then you type in paid via check on May 1st, whatever, and hit comment. The reason for this is that it has a timestamp, and then it tells you who left the comment, who left the note, right? So you have a running thread. So if I want to add a new note, so I say client wants more work done, hit reply, then you're going to have a running list with dated timestamps on all of this stuff. So you can just do it for every single row like this. And then these two are just formulas that pull up the year and the sale month of this sale date. And the reason that I have that is sometimes I want to look at data for only a specific month or year, and I can just filter it over here, turn on the filters, and then just select January, for example, right? And the reason why is because Google Sheets doesn't make it easy to filter it by month over here. So you have to select all the Januaries. And then, like I said before, you can add in extra whatever columns you want to track here, but just know that it's not going to track on the dashboard. If you know how to build formulas yourself, you can do it that way. But again, I highly recommend that this dashboard is for people who don't want to make any changes to what they see right here. So when you go to the dashboard, you are able to select a start month, end month. And it's important to note that the only months are going to show up. It's going to show up always as it's going to say the first. So this is May 1st, but it just means the month of May. The only months that are going to show up on this list are months that are in this column sale date. So there's no sale in June, so that's why there's nothing in June, right? June and beyond. But if I add in a sale for, let's say, June 10th, whatever, right? And then I'm just gonna copy all of this data. If I go to the dashboard now and I hit here, it's going to have a June section. So I can select it, and then now it's going to update all of the data to show this date range. So I'm going to walk you guys through the dashboard now. And this section here is basically sales and volume, which is the quantity, the number of sales that you had for that month, the average sale price, and then the total sales. And then here's a very useful visual to show you how each month is progressing. And to show you how this works is, so if I look at January, if I go to the sales data and then I filter it and look at only January 2020. Whoops, so the filter. Okay, so now if I filter it to only January 2020, clear all, okay. I look at the total sale amount, right? I'll highlight it all, it's 13 million. If I go to the dashboard, it's gonna say 13 million. And then if I go to the count, 21, that means there's 21 rows, there's 21 jobs under volume. So this is basically how it calculates it. But now you're able to see it without having to go in and add in all these formulas, right? So for the referral channel, it's going to show, now everything else is going to show all the data grouped in totals over January through June, right? So you can see here the number of jobs you got from Facebook ads, the average sale amount, the total sales amount, and then again the chart. It's going to sort everything by total sales descending. And then here's a useful pie chart to give you a visual of exactly how your sales are broken down by referral channel. Same with status. So this might be helpful if you want to set something as pending paid or something. You know how much money you are owed just by looking at this quickly. And then down here we have a salesperson. So it shows all of the sales for each salesperson, the number of jobs, average sale, the total sales, just so you can kind of see how they're doing over this date range. And then this is the job type, so you can know what your most, the jobs that are getting the most sales. Here's a little useful pie chart to show you as well. And then I've broken down, there's a couple more views to look at the agent's performance. So here you can select the date range that you want to see, and you can see each month, each agent, how they are doing. So this will help you maybe compare, or if you want to just get a quick glance at how the team overall is doing by month, you can kind of see at this graph, okay, so James did really well, and then there's no sales, and then Michael's had no sales in February but had a lot in March, April, and so forth, right? And then if you want to look further at just one agent, you can just come here, select the agent you want to look at, select the time frame, and then this will show you the month, the volume, the average sale, the number of commissions, and total sales. So this is basically how the dashboard works. Again, take a look at the video and make sure that you agree with the columns that are being tracked. I think based on my experience, this should get most businesses off the ground and just at least help them start to organize their data in what I call the correct way. And you can always add to this later. But the thing is, if you hire anyone who can work on a spreadsheet, if they have this as a basis, they should be able to manipulate the data and help you do things with it. There's going to be a resources tab with a few rules here to kind of show you what you can and can't do. The most important two rules that you should know is that you can't just come in here and change these column headers. You can't just type in whatever you want here. It's going to mess up the entire formula, right? So you are able to change this section here though. So you can change this to whatever name that you want and so forth, but you can't just come in here and change like the volume to something else, average sale to something else. There is a way to change it, but it's more advanced. It's in this formula, and I'd rather you guys not do that because it's going to break, and then it's going to just cause a lot of issues and make you guys upset. So there's a resources tab here. I'm going to start making videos on basic how to filter the sales data, how to fix, if a drop-down menu has disappeared, things like these. There are a lot of things that you need to kind of know that you can just look at these videos and you and your team can just kind of quickly look at it. Another common problem is a lot of people paste in data. So let's say you paste in data from a spreadsheet, and then what happens is when you just paste, the drop down menu disappears, right? You see here it disappears. And the reason for that is because you're pasting in the format of the previous data. So a quick fix is you go to paste special and paste the values only, and then the formula still, and then the drop down menu still stays. There's shortcuts for that as well. And then another quick one for you guys is if you were to, let's say you paste in the data, whatever happens, the drop down menu disappears and you want to know how to do it, you basically can just go to the one above it and drag it down and it'll reappear. Or you can literally just copy any drop down menu, just hit copy, and then from the same column, of course, and then just hit paste, and then it's going to show back up. So little things like that I'm going to show you guys how to do. So this way you can just use this as a resource. So I wanted to build something that kind of helps. It helps the most people without needing that much customer service, right? I'm going to do my best to answer questions via email, but like I said, I have a lot of clients and a full-time job, so sometimes I can't get to all of them. So the whole point of me building this is a lot of people have asked me just to give them their templates and then they'll figure it out. But I think that if I build something basic, it's actually a bit better for you guys to use. As long as you guys are okay with, it's not going to have as much customer service as a full-on dashboard that I usually build, or it's not going to have as much customization as you might want. But overall, I think this is a great start to for people to track their sales and organize things. So make sure to leave any comments if you have any questions, and then like and subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see more videos and products like this. Thanks a lot, guys.